I'm near Portmahomack, where you'll find Scotland's third tallest lighthouse. But I'm here to find out about a people the Romans described as bloodthirsty barbarians covered in tattoos, but who some modern day historians describe as arty Christian farmers. Who am I talking about? The Picts, or in Gaelic, Necrunny. The Picts lived in the north and east of Scotland in the 3rd to 9th centuries. In the 1980s, aerial photography around this Eiclish church, Eiclish in Portmahomack, revealed markings that got archaeologists digging. It became the largest excavation ever carried out on an ancient Pictish site. They found fragments of 4 standing stones. The Gaelic for stone is clach, and the plural is clachan. Clach and clachan. I'm meeting Sheila Fraser, who's going to tell me a bit more about Necrunny. And how important was the archaeological dig?
Very significant. We found lots of wonderful carved stones of a very high standard and other artefacts. There are a lot of signs and symbols on the stones and we don't really know what they mean, but it could be that they refer to names, family names. We really need something like a Pictish Rosetta Stone to try to help us fathom it out.
How did the image of the Picts change, from bloodthirsty barbarians to something more like arty farmers?
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that they were converted to Christianity probably about the 7th century. And they still carved their wonderful stones, but now they would have crosses on them and pictures of some of the saints. But they also had a farm and they reared cattle and other farm animals and grew grain, and they worked metal and they made books.
And how do you know that?
We found this.
Let me guess, it's a Pictish back scratcher.
No, You're wrong. It's a Pictish bone which has been fashioned into a peg, and the peg would have been used in the making of vellum for the books. They would pin out a animal hide. They would turn the pegs, turning and turning, tightening and tightening until it was very thin enough to become vellum or parchment.
But what happened to the Picts of Easter Ross? Well, the answers were found when they excavated the monastery. They discovered buildings had been set alight, sculptures had been smashed, and most terrible of all, they found Pictish monks' skulls with axe wounds in them. But what happened? Na Lochlanich, the Vikings, Na Lochlanich had arrived. It's always Na Lochlanich. Necrunny have long gone from Portmahomack, but they left lots of clachan around, so they won't be forgotten in a hurry. Take a look around your own local Eiclish and see if you can find yourself a Pictish back scratcher or a tool for making your own books or leor. But you might need to stick to the north and east of Scotland and keep a lookout for Na Lochlanich in case they're still around.